What's up guys, welcome back to another vlog and a kind of different style of vlog. So last week my whole life was DIY. My kids were in a maker's market and so that is what consumed me last week, and I figured I would share it with you guys because things are getting expensive and these could also make really great gifts. I will tell you though, have you ever seen like those Pinterest memes, nailed it in the actual thing? That's me. But anyway, let's get crafty. The first thing we're gonna make are these resin bookmarks, and they're probably, they are my favorite out of these two DIYs. First, because they're just so beautiful, and second, because it's a really fun way to preserve something special. These are flowers that my husband got me for my birthday a couple months ago, so it makes a really special gift. To make these, you're going to need epoxy resin and some sort of silicone bookmark molds. I will link everything that I used in the description below. We also, like I said earlier, used dried flowers that we either got, like I said, for my birthday, or we literally just picked wildflowers, and like popsicle sticks, and also gloves. Don't do like I did. Use gloves. This stuff gets everywhere. And also don't use your Pampered Chef measuring cups and items because it is now forever ruined and donated to our craft supply. But anyway, this is me showing you how I mix it. You're going to want to mix this at a 1-to-1 ratio or it will not set. Don't ask me how I know, it just won't set. And then once you have your epoxy mixed, you can go ahead and start pouring it into the molds. I did this slowly, and then with the popsicle sticks, you can kind of just go in and make sure it's in all of the little crevices. Next, you're just going to take any regular household lighter and heat the resin. This is going to get any air bubbles out before you start adding in whatever you're putting inside. Now it's time to just get creative and just put whatever you want inside. You can create fun patterns. You can put as much or as little as you want. Once you have it how you want it, I went ahead and just poured the extra resin on top of it to make sure everything was submerged under the resin. Now this isn't a huge deal. If some stuff is poking out, it's okay. But I did go in to try to make sure as much was in the resin as possible. And then I did go in one more time and heat it up, and then we just made a bunch more. We had so much fun with this and my daughter absolutely loved it. After that, you just let your resin cure. Ours has a 24-hour cure time, but it might be different depending on what you use. Now it's time to make Play-Doh that you will actually want your kids to play with. First thing you're gonna need is water, flour, salt, cream of tartar or tartar, however you want to say it, coconut oil or vegetable oil or canola oil. We just had coconut oil on hand, food coloring, parchment paper, a whisk, and measuring cups and spoons. Again, I will have the recipe linked in the description below, so make sure you check that out if you want to make this yourself. This is one that you have to heat on the stove, but I did find in all my research that this is the best one to try. So the first thing you're going to do is add 1 cup of flour.
All that. Even all of it.
Cup of flour. And then 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Still don't know how to say that. Comment below if you know how to say that. Half a cup of salt. And 1 tablespoon of your oil. Next, mix the water and food coloring separately. We had absolutely no issue of food coloring staining our hands, but I did read that if you don't do this separately, it could stain your hands. But again, we had no issue with that at all. Once you have that mix, you can pour it in and start heating it on the stove. It's first gonna look really strange and you're gonna think you totally messed it up, but once it starts heating up, it'll start forming the Play-Doh, and you know that it's ready when it starts to stick. Like it'll start to unstick from the sides of the pan and form a ball like this. Honestly, the most tedious part of this whole thing was having to wash the pan after every time. Once it's done cooking on the stove, grab your parchment paper and you can lay all of the mixed Play-Doh on here to let it cool before you start mixing it all together and kneading it into Play-Doh. This is me freaking out that it actually worked because I didn't think it was going to work. This one is great for little hands, well actually all ages, because even my 12-year-old daughter wanted some afterward. Easy Play-Doh! You can hold it like Play-Doh and squeeze it together.
Hey, watch this. Look how I'm holding it.
Yeah.
It's so big.
I know, we're going to split it up into different.
Oh!
We're gonna split it up into more.
Mom, look at this. Ball! It's like I'm holding a giant pancake.
It is. Each batch makes a ton of Play-Doh, and you can also mess around with the food coloring amounts to switch up the colors. We are storing ours in plastic bags, and they will keep for up to 3 months. Anyway, that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and go out there and make something new. If you do, I would love it if you shared it with me. Until next time, I will see you guys soon.